Welcome back to Beneath the Surface. I'm Crystal Hefner. I am just really excited for my next guest. She is incredible. She is a survivor. She has a heart of gold. She is a massive celebrity. I've been friends with her for a little while now, and I literally can't go anywhere with her without her being completely swarmed by people. She just has this magnetic quality about her. I just love her. She survived cancer and she's in a wheelchair and she's going and teaching dance. I mean, this woman is an inspiration to everybody. She is outspoken. I want to be more like her. I want to be able to share my opinions so loud and proud. So I hope I can learn from her. Yeah, I'm just grateful for her friendship and love. And I want to introduce my next guest. Her name is Abby Lee Miller. Here we go. Hi, and welcome to part 2. I'm here with Abby Lee Miller, and we are now on my podcast, Beneath the Surface, talking all things, and continuing our conversation from before.
Yes, we left it on the dance floor, and now we're going to scratch that surface and get underneath it. Yes.
Yes. Perfect.
Now I'm frightened.
I know. I think it'll be good. We were talking about high school reunions.
Oh God.
And yours is coming up.
Yes.
Next year?
No, next week.
Oh, next week.
Next week, Thanksgiving weekend when people come home.
Oh my gosh, are you going to go to it?
I am going. I don't have a ticket yet, but
it's in
I'm
Pittsburgh,
sure I can
right?
get in. Yes. And you know, those people that you elect to be the class president and the class this and president of the student council and all that, they're the ones that are supposed to be in charge of the reunion. And people don't think about that when they're voting for Miss Popularity. Who's going to really put on a big extravaganza in 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, right?
Yeah.
They don't, or they would have picked me.
Yeah.
They didn't.
Did they expect you to? They don't expect you to put it on. I feel like.
No. I graduated with 1,000 people.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a big school, big football team.
You were
lots of hot football players, lots of,
Yeah, and I'm sure you became like the most famous person in your class. I
don't know. We have quite infamous, let's say that, infamous. But a lot of people that I went to school with that I kind of hung around with, I had a lot of different cliques because I was friends with the theater geeky people, and I was friends with the football player cheerleader people, and I was friends. My high school bestie was in a trade program where she left school and went to be a cosmetologist to do hair, which I should have gone with her. Really? I don't know why I didn't. Why was I in there failing chemistry, biology, all that jazz when I could have been doing hair?
Yeah.
Not that it wasn't hard. I wasn't going to do hair for a living. I was already teaching dance, but I would have at least been able to do my own damn hair.
Yeah. I mean, your hair always looks amazing when I see you. So, were you popular in high school?
I was always a star in my own mind.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I was always the shy one. And so
I always did crazy things. Like I wasn't bad, but one year, I think this was early on, 9th or 10th grade, I had these shoes that had roller skates in the bottom, not Heelys like they have now, but they were big chunky sandals with a big platform sole, and you pulled this button out on the side and wheels dropped out.
Oh my God.
So I was in Spanish class, and in language classes, you sit in this big U around the room, like the desks. And I was way over here on this side, and the pencil sharpener was on that side. And we had this woman named Mrs. Harrell. Oh my God. And she wore these golf skirts that wrapped around, like a wraparound skirt, and it tied. And she'd wear, one day it would be red with like something on it, like an apple. And then the next day she'd flip it the other way. And it was red and white gingham. And then,
interesting.
And then Wednesday it would be a different one, and she'd flip it Thursday, and then, it would, yeah.
So anyway, 2 days in a row she's wearing the same skirt.
Yeah. So Mrs. Harrell. So somebody next to me dared me to roller skate to the pencil sharpener, and I did. I was a dare. I had to do it. So I got up and popped my wheels out and zoom, 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 zoom.
Oh my gosh, that sounds like a movie.
And then zoom, 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 zoom back. I sit in my seat and I hear, Adela, adios. She kicked me out. So I'm out in the hallway and the principal comes down, Mr. Wilson, and he was like, what'd you do now, Abby? what'd you do now? And so I popped my wheels out and I skated around and I showed him and he was laughing and he's like, do you want to go back to Spanish or do you just want to go to study hall? I was like, study hall. He's like, go.
Oh, that's
so
awesome.
I did like silly, stupid things.
Do you still have those?
I did.
roller
I got
shoes?
paddled.
Do you still have those?
Somewhere. I got paddled once with a big wooden paddle
At
in
school?
high school. In high school for chewing gum in the cafeteria.
What? People
Is that
paddled in high
nuts?
school?
See, they were out to get me then, and I just didn't realize that I was too stupid. And no, you could get detention or take the SWAT. Yeah. And I had something to do after school, so I couldn't. So I had to take the SWAT. But
oh my god,
is that ridiculous? In high school, I was already working. I had a job. The Abbey Lee Dance Company was already formed, and I'm getting paddled for chewing gum in the cafeteria. And I'm not a big gum chewer.
Oh my god, that's
at all. So I never chew gum. That's probably why.
That's not legal anymore, right? Paddling.
It was ridiculous.
That's really sad.
And my mother, being a teacher, a dance teacher though, when I came home from school, I got in trouble again. My mom and dad never went to the school, never complained, never did anything like that. It was, if you were in trouble, you got in trouble again. Oh. My mom would say, the teacher doesn't wake up in the morning and come to school thinking, how can I get Abby Lee in trouble today? Yeah. It doesn't work that way, Abby. Teachers don't think like that. They try to find the good in every child, and you just keep causing trouble.
You're kind of like rebellious.
Rebellious.
You stayed that way.
Not so much in a bad way, but more in a common sense way. Like well, why can't we do this?
Yeah, more like cheeky. I guess they say in England, like cheeky,
cheeky,
fun.
Cheeky.
I know. I need to read pages from your playbook because I feel like when I was at the mansion, I conformed and I fit in and I just did what people wanted me to do, and I feel like I needed,
a little
your personality. Yeah. So maybe as we hang out more,
I like to buck the system, but only to make it better.
Yeah, I love that.
If I find some way that, well, why aren't we doing this?
I love that about you.
On the television show, on Dance Moms. Oh my God, they would give me the music, Tuesday, and I'd fight all night Tuesday night, all the way to Wednesday to the pyramid.
You would just fight against the music
and the theme and what they wanted to do. Yeah, there were many times that I went to the network over in Century City and just rolled in there. And
I'd be afraid that if I went against anything, then they would kick me off the show or something. You didn't care, or you didn't.
They fined me $80,000 once for not showing up at a competition, but I knew it was fixed. It was fixed. I knew it.
That's why you didn't want to go.
Yeah. And I told all the moms and all the kids and my assistant Gianna, I said, you're not going. Nobody's going tomorrow. Yeah. If we don't go, they don't have a show. If I don't go, it's like a scandal.
Yeah.
That I'm not there. Yeah. They all went. I got fined $80,000. What? I got it back though. I fought.
Yeah.
2 years and I finally got it back.
I'm so happy you didn't have to pay that. My gosh.
There was a lot of stuff.
So in part one, we talked about my wedding.
Yes.
And so
blush.
I wanted to ask you about your wedding, if you've ever been married or.
I've never been married.
Engaged or long-term relationships? Or.
I was, a long-term relationship.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
How long-term?
It'll be awkward at the reunion if he.
Oh, he's from high school?
Mm-hmm.
How long?
I think he was the guy that my mom and dad thought I would marry.
Really?
That I would end up with. Yeah.
And you didn't end up with him?
I don't know this for sure. We've never discussed it. But there was something strange about my dad being in the hospital and him showing up there. Oh. I wasn't there. My mom wasn't there. Yeah. And saying, don't worry, Saudi, I'll take care of her. I'll make sure she's okay. I think. I don't know that. I don't know how I heard that story. It was my dad, obviously. But I don't know. So, I don't know.
And I'm sorry to hear.
Anyway, during the chaos of the show, when one of the moms physically assaulted me and the police department in the Bronx pressed charges against her, it wasn't me that did it. They filed it and arrested her and everything. When after it was all said and done, she sued me for $5 million.
Wow.
Just to do it.
Wow.
It, of course, got thrown out of court.
Yeah.
Then she had her 13-year-old daughter sue me for $5 million, which also got thrown out of court. But to get those things thrown out of court, it costs a lot of money.
Yes.
with legal issues, it's just crazy. So there was a lovely gentleman who said, you know what, let's change this narrative on this press. And so he asked me to marry him. My mom was dying too. And I think he thought that would be a good thing. Yeah. Yeah. Super guy.
He wanted to get married and change the narrative to help you.
He wanted the press to go, woo, 180.
Yeah.
Oh my God, she's engaged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's smart. It's somebody who cares about you.
Yeah, he was. He actually is the gentleman that did my voice. My voice is dubbed in 11 different languages.
Oh my God.
For the show, and he used to do a lot of them.
Wow. So he worked with you, and you're so close.
He worked for the network. Not anymore. He doesn't. Thank God. Yeah.
But you're so close.
No.
No?
But I'm moving to New York City.
You are?
Yes.
Oh my God.
For a little bit.
Okay.
So I'll be able to see him. He's a New Yorker.
And is he single?
Yeah. I just wanted to go.
I don't know.
I just wanted to go register for the dishes and stuff.
Yeah.
That was my goal.
That's the next one.
It was all about the dishes and the china and the stemware. And yeah.
You already have a lot of that stuff.
I
right?
do have too much of it. I know, but I like it.
I like it too.
I never have any. If it came to my house, I have paper plates.
You do?
Yes. I just eat off paper plates.
It's easy though to just throw them away.
Yes, of course. Why am I going to do all that?
Yeah. You're
for
busy.
one person?
You're busy.
To make dinner and make all that mess?
Yeah.
And then you eat it and 5 minutes later it's done.
Yeah. Well, maybe once you move to New York, you two can make dinner together.
Maybe. We'll see. But I did want to tell you a sad thing. You talked about your wedding dress.
Yeah.
And you went with the pink blush. When I lost 127 pounds in prison on my staycation, I was...
That was like a lot all at 1 second.
Yeah,
I was like, wait.
Yeah, I know. And I was in the best shape I'd been in because I was firm and strong, and I had been walking the track and lifting weights. We didn't have weights. We had rocks in our hands,
What?
to do stuff. Yeah. And I really felt great. And then I got out and I was in a halfway house for 1 week. 1 week. And I got the pain in the back of my neck. But one of my dreams, my goals was to go try wedding dresses on after I had lost that weight. Yeah, and I never got to do that. So I had the pain in the back of my neck, and long story, everybody knows it. I went to 6 different doctors within 10-day period, and then ended up going in for an MRI. Finally, the 7th doctor finally said to do an MRI, and then when they took me out of the machine, they couldn't because my legs and arms were flailing about. They knocked me out and put me under to go in, and then I went paralyzed from the neck down. Then they blew me up with every steroid and every drug to save my life. My blood pressure was 23/17.
Oh my gosh, that's so low.
So I was dying. And I went from being this fit size 12 person to being a blimp. Like they blow you up with every steroid, everything that you can. And all that skin was there to just fill right back up.
Yeah.
So.
Oh my gosh.
Then it's been up and down and up and down and up and down ever since.
How are you doing now with all your health and?
Well, the cancer's gone. It was gone immediately. It was gone after 3 rounds of chemo. Why I did 10, I'll never know. My one doctor, Dr. Pirro, who's a genius, he didn't want me to have all those, but the other doctor at Cedars did, and it was just a nightmare. I went through a lot. I had spinal injections in your spinal cord where they take out spinal cord fluid and they put chemo in. I had a lumbar injection where they go in your tailbone and it shoots up your spinal cord around your brain.
Oh my gosh.
10 times.
Oh my gosh. I can't imagine. I've seen some of those needles that go in the back like that.
It was a lot. So that's all done and over with. But the 6 doctors that screwed my life up, they all can walk. And I can't. Had any one of those doctors, any one of those 6, did an MRI. I don't know why they didn't find the cancer from the blood. One doctor literally looked at me and said, I've never seen blood like this before.
It's like
results.
Perfect.
It's insane. No, it was
they
crazy.
didn't check it.
Crazy. They thought I was in a thyroid storm.
Oh.
it's a whole big deal. But anyway, I want to say I'm fine. I'm not fine. I appear fine to people. I do hair. I do makeup. I'm out. I'm living because God chose to keep me here. And so I'm not going to lay around. I'm going to live.
Yeah.
Between my waist and my thigh, there's a lot of problems.
Really?
You know, people don't know what goes behind closed doors, what goes on behind closed doors. Yeah. And I should be walking. I was walking 180 steps with the walker without stopping. 180 steps standing for 2 minutes and 16 seconds.
How long ago?
2 years.
Okay.
Because if you don't keep that therapy up, all during COVID, I had a guy come to me in a hotel and we would go to the lobby and just walk and do stuff. But I can't afford all that all the time. And your insurance, you know, they're 2 weeks and it's like, okay, you're done. If I would have stayed in the California Rehabilitation Institute in Century City indefinitely, I would have walked out without a walker. Yeah, they're wonderful. They're my Dr. Badakian was wonderful to me. So every time I get hurt, I end up back there for a little bit.
Aww.
They go, "You're just getting hurt on purpose." You come back there. I'm like, "No, I love you." Yeah.
Yeah. So you go back there sometimes.
Yeah. When I shattered my tib fib, I leg.
remember seeing you, and that had happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this right leg's in really bad shape, and they don't. You know, they do things. Well, your bones are brittle from all the chemo. Well, why didn't you start the osteoporosis bone crap the day after the chemo was over?
Yeah.
Why do we wait till I break a bone?
Yeah.
So you're young. You're a young girl, a kid to me. But
Thanks.
really be careful and be in tune with your body. I never spent one night in a hospital room. Never stayed overnight in a hospital until I was 52 and this happened. And it's just been, So when you hit your 49th birthday, that's it.
Oh.
No more. No more.
No more crazy.
People say, oh, 50
no
is the new whatever. No, it's not. It's not.
Yeah, but I mean, from what I see, you're just very strong and brave, and you're still teaching dance to thousands and thousands of people.
Yep.
All the time. And to me, that's like, it just blows my mind. You just,
Really?
yeah, it does.
You can log on. You can log on to Zoom
it just
Sunday
blows my
and
mind.
watch me teach. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just,
I had 150 kids last weekend on Zoom, all over the world.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful how much, people love you and how inspiring you are. And yeah, and you're teaching dance, and dance is.
Isn't it crazy though? There's thousands of people that I inspire, that I make better, that I give a little oomph to, and believe in them, that they can be the best that they can be. But then there's a handful of kids that are multimillionaires that were on a TV show that hate you, that hate me.
It gives me that gives me chills because
it just
it's
baffles
like you
me.
give so many parts of you to everybody, where it's like,
yeah.
I mean, you have so much to give, and I've seen some of the people, like I've looked them up, like where they are now, and I can't imagine them.
I know,
not being grateful.
It's very bizarre.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say I wasn't tough on them. I was extremely tough on them. Yeah. But I don't think they know, or maybe they weren't told, or maybe they were told something different, that I would go to the network and fight for them to have a better costume, better music, better, like, don't let them do this. No, we're not going to do this. They wanted one girl to be pregnant. I was like,
to be pregnant
over my dead body. Yeah. That's not happening. Yeah. People send their children to dance class. Well, not your parents, but people send their children to dance class to know where they are. You know where they are. They're at a dance competition Saturday night. They're not in the back seat with the boy somewhere.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
You know where they are. You know the families that they're with. You've known those people for years. Yeah. We're not having that on my watch. It's never happened in my studio that I know of, and it's not going to happen on a TV show. No, hell no. I quit. I'm done. Yeah. So the kids don't see all that or know all that.
Do you think that you might reconnect with some of them or explain it?
They're adults. Yeah. I'm the elder.
Yeah.
They
need to come to you.
Yeah.
I feel like they will.
Who knows?
We'll call them up.
But there's lots of other kids.
So many other kids. And I see all your Instagram posts and all the dancing. I saw one where it was kind of like they were all dancing like down a line, and then you came like through the middle.
Yes.
That was so cute.
Okay. I'm so glad you mentioned that. I have to tell. It's Susan or Suzanne, I'm sorry. A woman from Boston, a very intelligent, successful woman, brought her 3 grandchildren and their friends on a chartered jet to LA from Boston to see Taylor Swift.
Okay.
45 people. 45.
That's insane.
To see Taylor Swift. And then the next day, some of the kids came to me. Some of the kids went, I don't know where they went. And some of them went to, all the boys went to this Porsche experience where you drive a Porsche around a track.
That's cool.
Right. And so those are the kids that came to me.
Wow.
And they wanted to do that. Yeah. So isn't that cute?
Special.
Yeah.
That's really special.
She just looked me up and had her attorney contact me and said, could you do a special little meet and greet for my granddaughters and their friends? And
that's so
I
cute.
said, sure.
That's so
it's so
cute.
weird you asked me about that because today, the attorney called me again. Oh, I'm sorry. The attorney emailed me again, and I thought, oh God, I forgot some kid's name to tag something on this. Oh, what did I do wrong now?
Yeah.
And she said, no, that the woman would like to donate money to a charity in my name.
Oh my God.
And I was like, forget it. You can take me to dinner when I come to Boston.
That's so sweet. Yeah, and you can tell in that video that, those girls really,
It was fun.
It
Yeah.
was
They weren't dancers.
They admire you. Like, you could tell it was just really sweet.
Yeah. And there's so many kids that watch the show that aren't dancers. Yeah. They play volleyball or soccer or they're on the debate team, whatever. But kids always get it. Yeah. When I'm in an airport or just anywhere at a restaurant, kids come up and hug me. And their parents are thinking, who is she hugging? Who is that strange woman? And then they come over and they realize who it is. And I just think kids always understood that I wanted the best for those girls. And I wanted them to be the best that they could be. And what if I had somebody like Abby in my corner? Look what I would be able to do if Abby believed in me. I think kids feel that way because parents think, oh, I'm this idiot yelling at these kids all the time. I'm horrible. I'm this, I'm that. I'm nasty. I'm mean. The kids get it. Yeah. Except the kids on the show, they don't get it. But whatever. Let's move on.
Yeah, I feel like that you're what they need or, what they feel like they didn't get with like their own parents. And yeah, I love it. I've seen it in person, like hanging out with you. Like I whenever we hang out, I always know there's going to be like people flocking. All ages. Crazy. All ages.
I know. We're 5 to 85 right now, demographic. What's your demographic?
I don't know. My demographic is
pretty girls. Pretty girls that want to marry wealthy.
Yeah, I've been through some health things, and so I talk to different women about, like Lyme disease, breast implant illness, and image and things like that. Because I came from somewhere where your value is what you look like, so I'm trying to find value outside of that.
Oh God, no.
And I want to help other women do that. And besides that, the demographic is probably the men Playboy fans that, I appreciate them, but thinking back, it is a little weird, because they become fans because they see like these naked images. And to me, it's weird to now I'm, I'm like this, I've gone this wholesome route and I would never do it again.
What? You wouldn't?
I wouldn't pose again. No.
Were you in the magazine a lot?
Yeah, I was in quite a few issues and centerfold and cover.
Well, the cover's the cover, though. Come on. The cover was your face, right?
Yeah, it was my face and my body. So, but yeah, the cover isn't naked.
And what did your mom say about that?
She thought it was cool. I know. Maybe I needed a parent that was like, no, stop.
Well, I don't know. I mean, that's big time.
Yeah. At the time,
the photographers,
it was.
You're working with famous photographers.
Yeah. So it was
tasteful.
It was tasteful.
Hey, one of the moms on the show was very sexual, and she was always talking sex in the bus.
Oh.
And we were always trying to shut her up with the kids right there.
Yeah.
And she would say, oh, they don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, are you kidding? They don't even understand what I'm talking about. They're just not even.
And they did, right?
We're like, yeah, they're not stupid. Yes, they do know what you're talking about. And I just had to tune it out. But she always said she wanted to be in Playboy.
Oh, interesting.
If she could, that would be a dream for her to do that. Her name was Melissa, in case you wanted to ask me. She also has a green bag of money from Australia that I paid for, but whatever. Okay. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I feel like you say these like quick things. I'm like, oh my gosh. You're like, oh, when I was in jail. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah. It was prison, not jail.
Prison, jail.
Jail, you go for a night and you get out.
I feel like I was in my own version of that. But
yes, you were. Yeah, but you had a chef.
I had a chef. Did you?
I had a cafeteria.
You didn't have a chef
girl
in
with
prison?
one eye that was glass and one eye that looked over here, and she would take the oatmeal and she would like slop it on your tray, and she couldn't see where she was hitting it, so you had to like do this with your tray to make sure she hit it.
That sounds like an iPhone game.
It's gonna be in a movie. It's gonna all be in a movie because it's too funny.
Let's make that
I need Rebel Wilson to play me in the movie.
We need a movie. We need an iPhone game that's like that, where you try to hold the tray
for the slop of the oatmeal.
I don't know why.
Did I dare even say this?
It's like a Flappy Bird.
Had my bag of flakes.
What's that? Like a cornflake? Okay.
But it's in a bag, like a Ziploc bag, not the box, right? It's
it's like portioned out?
No. It's just the cheap kind. You buy it at the commissary.
Okay.
So they gave you cereal, but if you wanted it like in the room at night for a snack or whatever, you bought your own cereal. So I had my cereal, and then somebody from that I knew that worked at the food warehouse.
Oh,
the kitchen
really?
warehouse, got me some brown sugar.
Okay.
So
there's that like internal politics thing.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So I had but all positive and good and stupid, silly. Like, why can't you get brown sugar? Like, it doesn't make sense. Yeah. So it's so I hit it down. Like, they teach you become sneaky, and I'm not a sneaky person at all. I'm an open book.
Yeah.
So you put it down in the flakes, So
okay.
And then you could buy raisins. So then I had a big box of raisins. And in the morning, 6 a.m. or 6:15 a.m., you go out to the cafeteria and you get in line and you get your tray and you slop that oatmeal down. And then you get your brown sugar and you sprinkle it. And then your raisins. And it's so good.
So you snuck it all in just to eat it and have like a
yummy, warm.
Yummy
it was
meal.
So good. And then it was good oatmeal. It was so good. And then they gave you milk. And I'm not from the West Coast. I'm from Pittsburgh. Yeah. So the milk is in a baggie. And that's how the kids get it at school out here. We had a little white carton of milk, and it's in a bag, but the date stamped on it, and it was always expired by days, even weeks. And you're like, I made this whole beautiful thing, and I have to put this milk on it that I don't know if it's good or not.
That's so
It's disgusting.
And that's cute to like, I don't know, it's like wholesome to me. You're like sneaking food
Brown
in.
sugar.
I know, like people are trying to sneak in all kinds of like other things.
Yeah. Guns, cell phones. Yeah, no, it's brown sugar.
That's really
I didn't sneak it in. It was there.
It was there.
I didn't sneak anything
They
in.
gave it to you like the cool people.
Yeah. I was friends. The posse got me day one.
Oh my gosh.
They announced my name, and there's a committee that goes and gets the new people that come in after they strip search you and look up your ass and everything. Yeah. I was traumatized by all that. Not so much that, because my friend from Pittsburgh the night before, they all flew out here to see me. And she said, she's very quick and witty, but under her breath, kind of snarky humor. And I said, I'm just really worried about that. They're going to look up my butt. She goes, ugh, think about the person whose job it is to look up your ass. And I laughed. So the next day I'm there and she's looking and I'm thinking, you have the worst job in the world. I'm fine.
Oh my gosh.
And I was. I was like, fine. I was like, okay. But
you've probably seen so many.
You have to do that over and over. I just had to do it once.
Yeah. So many butts. They have to look like,
it's disgusting.
Yeah.
So anyway,
anyway,
this doesn't go with this gorgeous image that's here.
I was thinking about it. I was like, oh, our chef definitely had two eyes. And it's like, oh my, crazy stuff. And they should have had better food at the Playboy Mansion. You're like, that's good.
Yeah, the parties.
Speaking of food,
I would have come to the food.
Speaking of food, we still can't like eye to eye on a. I'm like, what am I talking about? Eyes, one eye, eye to eye on a restaurant. I took you to this nice place the other day, and
it was not a nice place. It was teeny tiny, The tables were teeny, teeny, tiny. Everything's teeny, teeny, tiny. And you all had sushi, and I don't eat sushi.
It was like a gluten-free sushi. It's called Rice. It's in Manhattan Beach. They have gluten-free.
Oh, now you're giving him a plug?
For people who are gluten intolerant, they can eat there.
Well, we're going somewhere today.
I know.
And I don't know what you're going to eat. You can lick the lettuce or something because we're going.
I know.
I'm taking
drum roll
Hafner to Olive Garden. Woo!
I haven't been to Olive Garden probably since I was a kid.
Well, it's about time.
I heard they have unlimited breadsticks.
They do.
Okay.
But you're gluten-free?
Yeah.
We're not having gluten. Oh, you try or you're going to pass out and die on the table?
I won't pass out and die, but.
Okay, well, then you're good.
Okay. I'll have whatever you're having.
Okay. I get a kid's meal.
Oh, cool.
Because I don't eat that much.
I feel like you're this just wholesome girl at heart. Like
I am a wholesome girl. How did a nice Catholic girl end up in prison?
I don't know.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. That's what the warden said to me, the new warden. He's like, I have looked at every word of your case. I've read everything. What are you doing here?
I don't know.
Said it was a witch hunt because of the way I was depicted on a TV show.
Maybe people are jealous and bad things happen to good people. So I'm glad it's over.
The district attorney, his closing statement in the courtroom, is she a dance mom or a dance con?
Oh my God.
That's the last thing he said. And my guys don't object to that. They sat
who
there.
Who are they asking? That was like
the judge. He was asking.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Well, so okay, let's move on.
Yeah. So before we wrap, I just want to know what's next. Yeah, we have to go eat Olive Garden.
Yeah, well, I know, but what else? What else? I want to know. Well,
I want to know
my thing.
I want to know what's next for you. I know you've been on some shows lately, and
House of Villains, Madhouse, podcast,
2 shows, wow.
Moving to New York. I'm filming season 9.
Season 9?
Season 9. My own show, season 9. I have some of the most talented children in the entire United States. And we just shot in London. Well, we were in a place called Huddersfield. Okay. And I shot 2 episodes there, and the kids were great.
Oh, my gosh.
It's just nice to see a lot of kids. Instead of putting all my eggs in one basket, I have all these kids. And then from these kids, we'll pick the team.
Wow. And do we know what network it's going to be on yet? Or?
We can't say.
Okay, can't say. So
we'll see.
I'm going to be watching.
Whichever one makes the most money.
Yeah.
No. They said that you should say that as your
Not
answer.
Lifetime.
Like, okay. No.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So now, what is happening with your book?
It's coming out January 23rd. And I don't know what's going to happen.
Did you have a ghostwriter?
I had somebody help me. Yeah. Collaborative writer. She's a 4 times New York bestseller. She is awesome. And
I had a ghostwriter.
You did?
Yeah. Well, I had 2. First one got fired.
Why?
Never to work again. Because while she was doing my thing, she wrote a book series about 5 little girls and their overzealous dance teacher.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
What?
And so it was HarperCollins who did my book deal. And I see this Instagram post of some of the girls from the show were in New Jersey or Connecticut or something at a fashion show. And the woman was giving her books out to them. And it was this book series. And I'm like, I stayed up all night. I remember this. It was midnight, 1 a.m. when I saw the post. I stayed up all night till I could call New York, till I could call HarperCollins, the office, and say, do you know this is going on? So they fired her. And then I had a really nice guy whose daughter was an ice skater. So he kind of got it, got the deal. And so he would call me. He was from LA, and he would call me at 11 o'clock my time in Pittsburgh and ask me a series of questions. And he'd record me answering them.
Oh, that's nice.
Then 2 nights later, he'd do it again and again and again. And this went on for months. And then that's how we put the book together. And then I named the chapters and how it moved stuff around. And that was it. It's more of a book on how to raise a winner.
Okay.
Like your mom and dad could have read it.
Yeah, it's so sweet.
She's like, so sweet. No, that was a dig. That was a dig. Yes. So, but you turned out all right.
Thank you.
You got in there. You beat those other playmates out. You got to the top of the pyramid. You got the ring on your hand and the wedding and the last name.
Yeah. So, yeah.
What is your maiden name?
Harris. So Crystal Harris. So same initials.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll go back. I don't want to be tied to no man.
No. Maybe Crystal Harris Hefner.
Yeah,
or Crystal Hefner Harris.
Somewhere. But,
yes.
Yeah.
So that Harris, that's an easy, nice name.
Yeah.
It's no ethnicity. What ethnicity are you?
I'm like, I don't know. I did the ancestry thing and it's like 98% British. So how about you?
I am Scottish.
Nice.
On my mom's side and Irish. And then on my dad's side, Irish and a little German. So
that's a good
yeah. My mom's dad was, well, he was a twin, but he was born in Scotland and his mother was Lady Byrne. She was aristocrat. Yes.
Is it like Byrne? Or like,
yes.
Yeah.
And she got pregnant with a football player who was rough and drinking and, the stereotypical, but he was a star, a big to-do. And her parents disowned her. And she died in childbirth, having them. And they sent the twins to the United States. And one twin went to Philadelphia to the wealthy relatives, and one went to Pittsburgh to the poor relatives. And that was my grandfather. So it was really nice when I went back to Scotland. I wish my mom would have been living to go on the trip.
Do you still have relatives there?
No, my mom's an only child, too. Yeah. My dad's one of 6, but they were all my cousins were old. They had me late in life.
Yeah.
So they only got married at 36 and had me at 38 and no other marriages or anything.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense. My cousins are older.
So you get it. You get it. You get it. Yeah. All right. So beneath the surface, do we have a quiz?
My gosh.
Well, I'm just going to quiz you.
No quiz.
Okay. Crystal.
No quiz.
These are fast. Just spit them out.
Oh, you have quizzes?
Yes. What's the best thing about you and the worst thing about you? Go.
The best thing and the worst thing? Maybe compassion. I can have compassion. And the worst thing is
the worst
impatience.
Thing about you. What?
Impatience.
Okay.
I was like, what? I start thinking like physically. I watched this show, like this naked show. I don't know if you've seen like Naked Attraction.
Yeah.
And they're like, what's the best and worst? And they started talking about their physical stuff. So I don't know why my mind went there. But
no, those are good.
How about
you?
What's
Rate yourself on a scale of 1
Wait,
to 10.
you need to answer these too.
Rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10.
I don't know.
9, because there's always room for improvement. That's the answer.
Is that your answer?
These are interview questions.
You're 10.
These are interview questions that I drill kids on. If you could be a flower, what flower would you be and why?
One that doesn't die so soon after you pick it. What would you be?
A dandelion, because you can't keep me down.
That's so good. You've practiced these.
These are what I coach kids to speak.
Do you have any more?
I've tons.
Okay, one more.
So ask me well, now you can't. But in Pittsburgh, what's the best thing about you and the worst thing about you as a dancer? And these are dance competition questions. You would never want to say, I'm not flexible, or, oh, my left leg's really bad. Or, that's what a kid's going to normally say, something like that. And what my kids were trained to say would be something like this. Location, location, location. I live 850 miles from New York City. Like, that's the worst thing about you. Like something funny, or, I have an addiction. Shopping. Things like that. Like funny, cute little things.
What would your worst thing be?
The chair.
The chair?
Yeah. It causes so many problems. Just transportation and bathroom space and everything. It's crazy.
Yeah. I remember when we first met, and I was just blown away because you pulled up. You drive with your hands, and you just pull right in, and you just come right out. And you're like, all right, where are we going? Like, wow.
How did we meet?
We met at an NFT event. Remember we were like
yes.
under the sea? They decorated it like it was under the sea.
Yeah, it was cheesy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember.
It was fun. Like
It was Amanda.
Yeah. Amanda, our mutual bestie.
Amanda Archer.
Yes, Amanda
She's
Archer.
publicist to the stars.
Yeah, and then
but
some.
She's a crisis publicist.
For you. No, just kidding.
For me. I thought that's what she was, a crisis publicist.
She's the crisis publicist.
I'm going to have her on my podcast.
Yes.
Yes, because I think it's very interesting, her first job in America and all that, how she came here and all that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and now she's in Web3, and I want to talk to her about that. So
the Web3. I missed Web 1 and Web 2. I don't know. I think I was in prison.
Oh, no.
I did.
Well, we need to get you caught up. Amanda can help. So
I hired a TikTok girl. Oh, I can't say that. Michael's going to hear it. I hired a TikTok girl yesterday.
Okay.
I just don't know. I just don't know what to do. I don't know where to put the camera. I don't know how to hit play and back up from it. I don't want my thighs and my stomach on it. I don't, it's just, and I should do more.
Yeah.
So
do more. Yeah. I love seeing you everywhere on social media. I see you everywhere. So
it's usually not good, but
no, it's amazing.
It's my voice they use, all my one-liners from the show.
It's everywhere. It's amazing. And you're posting so much. And
so let me tell you, when you were the one at the top of the pyramid, when you got rid of the other girls, they moved out, and it was you, who would replace you if it wasn't you? Because everyone's replaceable.
Anyone. Any blonde, big booby.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Anyone.
In a nurse's outfit?
I feel like in any outfit.
Oh, I have a bad question.
Okay.
Did you have to plan the funeral?
Did I have to play what?
The funeral. Or did his kids do that?
Oh, his secretary, Amanda Warren, and I planned it. So, and then of course people like, oh, why wasn't I invited? Well, all these things. It's like, oh my gosh, it's
well, my mother always said, if you can't visit me when I'm alive, don't come and see me when I'm dead.
Wow.
That was her viewpoint on it. But she didn't want to be in the ground. So my parents are in a drawer. But when I did it.
We're like, you're laughing. I mean, my mom. Yeah. My mom doesn't want to be in the ground. She's like, I don't want to be in the ground and be eaten and things like that.
Yes. So they want to be in the drawer. But my assistant at the time, who was a nice guy, but a horrible assistant, he didn't turn one receipt in for luggage I had to pay for. He didn't turn in gas receipts. He was awful. But he could pick out earrings. Yeah. I didn't need help with that. So
I know your earrings are beautiful.
Yeah, they made me hire an assistant. So he was horrible with that. But he planned it. He did a really great job. I'll give him that. Except he bought a 2 thing, right?
A 2 thing?
A 2-person thing.
Oh.
And it's my mom, and my dad's ashes are in my mom's casket.
Okay.
But it says Marion Lorraine Miller, George Lamar Miller. It's 2 names, even though he's not in a thing. Yeah. And I think the kid was thinking, I'll be the other one. But the names don't. So I have to get my own over around the corner somewhere.
Oh, you won't be close.
So I'm not even with my mom and dad. And I thought, why didn't we buy 4? I had money at the time. Why didn't we buy 4? Like a 4-person. So my mom, my dad, me, and the dog.
Yeah.
Even though the dog can't be in the cemetery, but he's in there. Really? Okay, she's in there.
That's beautiful.
She's stuffed and she's in the bottom. And then there's a crazy story. My mother came to my friend. She went to a medium, to hear her thing read, whatever. It was my mother coming through. Wow. Diana, hey, Diana. Why is it so crowded in here? Why don't I have my own space?
Really?
Yes. Can you believe that? That would be my mom.
I wonder if there's like somewhere else where you could move like.
Oh, I've tried.
You have.
We can move them out.
Yeah.
$87,000 to move them to a bigger one where I can go. I just have to tell you.
It might be worth it.
I want to turn the camera around to these 2 nincompoops over here.
Oh my gosh. It's sad being around the corner.
See,
I'm
you
like,
think I'm funny, don't you?
It's funny. The dead stuff is funny.
Runny nose and everything.
oh my gosh. Well, I do think that the $87,000 like will be worth it. Could be worth it.
You think?
Yeah,
I don't have that
do
kind of
think
money
so.
anymore. I don't even have round the clock care. I
Well,
live alone.
you have plenty of time to.
Well, I'm 58.
You have plenty of time.
Well, if I had
You have
10% of
so
all those kids, I'd be doing better.
You have so much time.
If I had, we figured this out. If I had a penny for every time the Abby Lee Dance Company or Abby Lee Miller or the ALDC hashtag was used, I just found this out today.
Really?
If I had a penny for every one of those, I would have 30 billion pennies. Billion. So I don't know how many dollars that is, but
Penny.
divided by 100.
Well, you're
30,
the
30.
math person, so
3 million? What would that be?
30 mil.
It is?
wow.
That's 300 million.
We need to call Bethany Frankel. See if she can get on that too.
Yeah.
She's fighting with everyone about the reality shows, about residuals. Do they still air your show?
I don't know. I didn't get paid, and I don't know.
You didn't get paid?
No.
Did the other girls?
Yes.
Did have to get your money?
The original. Did he? Yeah. They got paid $400,000 an episode for Girls Next Door.
No.
Yeah, but it stopped after season 6, so I got nothing for that.
400,000 an episode
yeah.
each girl.
No. For the show, and Hef got paid that,
Oh, okay.
and the girls
okay.
got like talent fees, and then I didn't get anything for season 6. But that's how much networks pay, like 400,000, or then in like 2009 they paid $400,000 per episode. So
yeah,
I don't know.
that was half steal.
Yeah, that was
wasn't
just
each
that
of
was
the
for,
girls.
that was no.
All
That was
I
for
know
the show.
is that the mothers in the end, when I quit the show, they were getting the original people. I think I could be wrong, but they were getting $14,000 an episode to sit on their ass and talk about me.
Oh my gosh.
That's good money for a housewife that never really had a job.
Yeah, that's really good.
Some of them, some
And then,
had jobs.
And then I guess like Lifetime was paying whoever the executive people were.
Oh, the production company was
Probably
getting
like
the money.
$400,000. The production company probably something like
Well,
that.
they
or 600. Do
our
you know how much
show-
it was?
They had the biggest development deal in all of LA.
So they're
than Disney.
making way more than that
Big, millions
per episode.
and they blew it all
Wow.
trying to develop other shows.
It's awful.
Just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't get it. That's for sure.
Oh
I don't get a penny. No residuals, nothing.
It's awful.
That's why I want to do it myself.
Do it yourself.
Do
You
it
are doing
myself.
it yourself. You're doing
Yes.
everything yourself.
So can you do the bunny dip?
No. Oh my goodness.
The bunny dip with
No,
the
yeah, where
tray,
you have the tray and you like
plie,
go
you
down.
squat down
Yeah, I
with
can.
the drink. Get up. You can't do the bunny dip?
Oh, I can't do the bunny dip.
Did you ever do the bunny dip?
No.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
The
and then,
waitress.
like I guess if the girls spilled the drinks, then they would be fired.
Right.
You're
But
like,
you-
that's normal.
you want me to teach you the bunny dip? Get
You
up.
know,
I'm going to teach you the bunny
Do you
dip.
know it?
Yes,
Okay, well,
I
end
know
this
the
on the
bunny
bunny
dip.
dip, and so we can get to
We'll end this.
Olive Garden.
Yes. We can't make them do the bunny dip. Our pasta will be on the floor. Okay,
Do we need a tray?
feet together.
Feet together.
Face front. Okay. Put your hand out. You're holding the tray. Okay. Right? She's going to squat down to the floor.
I am.
Yeah. Are you able to get it? This is a good ending. And then you have to be able to, so when you go, after we do this and you come up, you're just going to turn right to camera and say, that's it for beneath, whatever your outro is.
Okay.
Whatever your outro is.
We're still
Okay.
learning. We're like, what is it going to be?
Just say,
Yours is good.
and this is beneath the surface. And I was beneath the surface tonight. That's what you have to say. Say, this is beneath the surface with, I'm Crystal Hefner. Thanks for watching Beneath the Surface. Tonight, I went beneath the surface.
Yes.
You ready? Hold the tray.
Ready, Jeremy?
Yes.
Okay.
Hold the tray.
Hold the tray.
You want to do it
Do I
left,
hold
your
the tray
lefty?
this way? Yeah,
Right
lefty.
beside you. What, your hands flat. Okay? Maybe jazz hand. Yeah. Hold, it's a big tray with lots of drinks. Feet together. Move away from the chair just a hair. Okay. And you're going to plie, squat all the way down, and your body stays completely straight. Don't lean forward. Don't stick your butt out.
Don't
bend down. Just bend down. Yep. Go straight. Don't lean. Don't lean. Stick your butt under. Tuck your butt under. Go straight down. Go all the way. You have to squat down. We're sitting at a table.
Ground?
Yes, like that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Now rise up, straight up. Oh, you would have tipped that second drink, I think. Turn the camera.
Well, that was the bunny dip done horribly wrong, but thank you for watching Beneath the Surface with Abby Lee Miller. And now we're going to go to Olive Garden.
Ciao,